Hello, I'm Franciscan Father Greg Friedman for AmericanCatholic.org. Some years ago, I saw an exhibit of paintings by Monet, with works covering the span of the artist's life. Seeing a whole lifetime of work by the artist, rather than viewing one isolated painting, helped me appreciate the larger contexts of Monet's artistry. Hearing the story of Jesus' trial and death in Matthew's Gospel version for Palm Sunday of the Lord's Passion is like viewing a single painting. We might miss the meaning which we'd get from the overall context of Matthew's Gospel. Matthew wrote for a Christian community composed of both Gentiles and Jews. He drew on the Old Testament, comparing Jesus to the suffering servant character found in the Hebrew Scriptures. His audience knew that character and understood how Jesus easily fit the biblical portrait of one who suffered for God's chosen people. Unfortunately, some Christians over the centuries have used Matthew's words as a reason to charge all the Jews of Christ's time or Jews of later generations with Christ's death. Matthew's language often doesn't help. For example, when the crowds in the Passion story ask that Jesus' blood be upon us and our children. This antagonistic tone may reflect a real hostility between Matthew's community, living 40 or 50 years after the time of Christ, and the Jewish community of the time which did not accept Jesus. But there's no justification for anti-Semitism ever. The late John Paul II urged an end to hatred and misunderstandings between Christians and Jews. You and I can help foster such reconciliation by careful and prayerful attention to the stories of the passion and death of Jesus as we hear them this year on Palm Sunday and Good Friday. For AmericanCatholic.org, I'm Franciscan Father Greg Friedman.